Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Giants going up against the Redskins. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Carry for Lamar Miller. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On second down, here's Miller. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Third and short yardage. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. And here is the Redskin defense.
Luke Kuechly's absolutely amazing. Maybe the best middle linebacker in the game. Not only is he cerebral, this guy's athleticism is off the charts.
Third down now following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, the Giants call on Brad Wing to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those. throws and maximizing opportunities.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his.
And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Second down and 4. Now Manning throwing on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Manning to throw on second down. He rifles one. Look at the big man rumble. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it, no one got it. Second down now after the incompletion. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On second down, here's Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Manning to throw on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Now Manning to try again after the pick six. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Manning will try again on 2nd down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He's got Cruz complete. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And his kick is right through. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
2nd down and just 1. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's a give to Miller. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Smart approach.
It's on their planning and preparation.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They go play action. Cousins toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Miller, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw, it's Manning. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Cruz has it over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he will find his man on the outside. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the 8. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And New York set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They do go for it. It's Manning. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
They'll run it again with Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
On play action, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this,
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hopkins' kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now he's flushed out left. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Manning will try again on second down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Another pistol look here. Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. Out on the right, this is Cruz. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Eli's going to throw, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Their big-bodied receiver. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Manning going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Manning will try again on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Victor Cruz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
I know when the highlights are replayed later, we're going to focus on the throw and the catch, aren't we? But how about the guys that allowed him all the time he wanted in the pocket? The big fellas up front. Terrific job protecting him.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. The catch made by Miller. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Green, 30, Leopard. Watch him now, Barney. Let's go. All right, here we go. Green.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now at FedEx Field, it's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. Leopard, Black Leopard.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Give him 18 yards on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. But still in search of the first down after that last completion. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now Manning finding time. And some room to maneuver. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It'll be a gain of 6. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Third down and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning, he's got time. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. On 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Now Manning, gotta have this one. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Call it a gain of 5. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Following the interception, Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Washington. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Another pistol look here.
Watch it now, Barney.
Cousins now on second down. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They come up in an offset eye.
Green 39!
This is Miller. Shreds the tackle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Detroit! Set! Leopard! Detroit!
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 3rd and 4.
Turn right. Three down. Set! Over!
Eyes up, let's go. Eyes up.
All right, here we go. Blue 90!
They go play action. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 4th down.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. New York set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down. Alert.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles.